Cadillac Dealers, Network Services Group, Bale Chevrolet, Edwards Food Giant, Genesis of Conway, Lion Legal Services, Kaufman by Design West, Malvern National Bank, Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, Blackman Auctions, Winrock Automotive, ABC Supply, and Advantage Service Company.
Jones now throwing to the end zone, and it is complete! A touchdown! Oh, my! I can't believe it! 31 yards to Decory
Darren McFadden breaks it up the middle. McFadden, big play. He's going to go. Darren McFadden is going to take it all the way. 80 yards for the touchdown. Darren McFadden, and Arkansas strikes just that quickly.
Adams is going to field it back at his own 5. Joe across the 10 to the 15 to the 20. Adams at the 30, and here we go. Joe's going to take it all the way. The 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Arkansas. 95 yards on the punt return.
Here's the snap. It is low. The kick is blocked, and Arkansas covers.
Shotgun formation into the end zone. The pass is intercepted. Arkansas wins the ball game. Intercepted in the end zone. The Razorbacks have beaten the #1 team in the country.
It's time to dissect the game on the First Security Bank 5th quarter. We'll be talking Razorback football for the next 2 hours. This broadcast is brought to you by First Security Bank. Here are Randy Rainwater, Marcus Elliott, and Trey Schaff.
Good evening. Welcome once again to the First Security 5th quarter post-game show. Marcus Elliott, Trey Schaff. I'm Randy Rainwater. Well, the 93-year wait is over. Been waiting 93 years to play this game. I know there's been a lot of discussion, a lot of talk. Will this also be the last game by the Arkansas Razorbacks to play at War Memorial Stadium? That remains to be seen. There's no contract pending for any future dates to be played in Little Rock. But the wait is over. The wait to find out whether or not Arkansas will play another game in Little Rock, I don't think it will stretch out 93 years before we find out once and for all whether or not there will be another game played in Little Rock. But we do know for a fact, if this was the last game in Little Rock, and I really do have doubts. I do. I think something will be worked out, but that's just me. But if this was the last game, an historic game was played today between Arkansas and Arkansas State. I have had the privilege of talking with you as an audience for over 35 years. And there has not been many days, it seems like, over the last 35 years that the subject, particularly, I know when we get into summertime, you think, okay, it's the dog days. Let's talk about, will Arkansas play Arkansas State? We've been talking about that, it seems like, from day one when I started here on Drive Time Sports. And now we know the answer. It was played today. And Arkansas wins convincingly. The one quarter that Arkansas State pretty well held its on was in the second quarter. And Arkansas had a couple of turnovers, and that didn't help their cause. But regardless, this was, if you're looking for what I think some, if not all, expected to be the outcome, well, this was the outcome today. And this was a 56-14 win by the Arkansas Razorbacks. And then when you start dissecting this game and breaking it down with all of the statistical categories, this is a domination by Arkansas. Less than 300 yards of total offense by Arkansas State, over 600 yards of total offense by the Arkansas Razorbacks. So if you're looking again for that complete victory, take away the penalties, which I'm sure we'll hear from Sam Pitman a little bit later, and he will allude to the penalties, way too many penalties today. and then combine that with a couple of turnovers, I'm guessing that's about the only thing that Coach Pitman could actually be dissatisfied with in regards to this game today. In fact, as I pull up the final numbers on today's game, Arkansas did a great job in terms of rushing the football. In fact, Talon Green finished with 9 carries, 151 yards, and a touchdown, including a 64-yard touchdown run. That's an average of 16.8. And Mike Washington, he had 9 carries for 116 yards, 1 touchdown. He scored on the second play of the game. That was a 53-yard romp. That is a 12.9 average. Braylon Russell chipped in with 5 carries, 25 yards. He had a touchdown. And then from the passing standpoint, Talon Green, I really expected more yards through the air than what Arkansas was able to accomplish. 17 of 26, 239 yards in 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 65% completion percentage. And then K.J. Jackson comes on. K.J. Jackson continues to impress. 3 of 3, 70 yards. In fact, it was a 98-yard drive that was orchestrated by K.J. Jackson to put Arkansas in the end zone. And needless to say, can't get much better than that. 100% completion percentage. This is where I've said before, I get confused on these numbers. What the rating percentage is, 296. I don't know what that stuff means, but nevertheless, impressive performance in relief of Talon Green by K.J. Jackson with 3 of 3 for 70 yards and 100% completion percentage. Excellent job by the Arkansas offense, pretty much with the exception of some penalties, a few penalties here and there, but once we dig deeper into the statistics, I think it's going to show that the majority of the penalties came on the defense. And the defense had a few holding penalties. I think they had 1 penalty, hands to the face. So things that must be cleaned up before we go into next week's game with the Ole Miss Rebels. So that we're looking forward to coming up next Saturday. And we're joined now by M.E. Marcus Elliott. Mark, as an old Razorback football player, this had to you never had a chance, never had a shot at Arkansas State, but you had to feel for this current class of Arkansas Razorbacks. They rose to the occasion today.
Well, they did. Randy, big game, actually, probably a bigger, more pressure-packed game for Arkansas than Arkansas State, and I think you said it, that everybody rose to the occasion.
The and fireworks I'm sorry, go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, and it was good to see, Arkansas put up those points, and I think the points and the way they won, made a statement. And probably what is the last game in War Memorial Stadium. So, great night in Little Rock. That crowd.
The crowd was loud. The crowd was proud. And there was a lot of energy, Mark. So often when you go outside the stadium, and we have seen this before, they may not be in the stadium, the Hog fans may not be in the stadium, but they'll be outside tailgating outside the stadium.
Right.
The energy today was near electric, and there was a huge, huge crowd at the Buzz tailgate party, but you could feel the energy in the air. You knew, the crowd sensed this was a special day and a special day all the way around. All right, we will step away for a moment. Today, from walk-ons, here on Chenal, Trey Schapp, along with Marcus Elliott. I'm Randy Rainwater. The First Security fifth quarter postgame show will continue in just a moment.
More than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
If you're a bank needing GLBA compliance or a defense contractor looking for CMMC compliance, meet the team at Network Services Group with tailored solutions to help you navigate the complex regulatory landscape, allowing you to focus on what matters most, your clients and your growth. Don't gamble with compliance. Network Services Group, your partner in GLBA and CMMC compliance.
Services Group. One call does it all.
Attention Central Arkansas. If you're looking for reliable home and business services, look no further. For over 45 years, Advantage Service Company has been your local expert in HVAC, plumbing, and electrical needs with outstanding customer service from licensed technicians ready to help with every step. Call or text today and enjoy peace of mind knowing you're in good hands. Cheer on your favorite university and call Advantage Service Company. Your comfort is just a call away. 501-1-CALL. 501-663-2255.
The Powerball jackpot from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is now more than $1 billion. So, what would you do if you won?
I'd buy a baseball team.
Ooh, I would definitely buy my mom a Tesla so that she can drive cool, look cool.
If I won a jackpot, I'll start a cooking school for the youth in the city.
Got your ticket? If not, visit your local lottery retailer for your chance to win the Powerball jackpot of more than $1 billion. This is winning. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
3 distinct, all-electric Cadillacs. Some drive them for the performance. Others drive them for the range. And some drive them because it's the only way to make an entrance. 3 different ways to turn every drive into an occasion. Whatever your reason, there's never been a better time to say, let's take the Cadillac. The all-electric Cadillac family of vehicles. Escalade IQ, Optic, and Lyric. Visit your local Cadillac dealer today.
Summer is here, and so are soggy wands and muddy paw prints. Caddy's Touch Landscaping specializes in transforming outdoor spaces with refined solutions, drainage systems, retaining walls, and flower beds designed with ease of care in mind. Plus custom decks, fencing, and synthetic turf design to help clean up your kids' play areas and pet runs. Customize your space to enjoy year-round. Call Caddy's Touch Landscaping, 501-794-2770. Let a Caddy's Touch turn your dirt into dreams.
Touchdown, Arkansas!
Fall Saturdays in Arkansas are made for football. Tailgating, the Hog Walk in Hogtown, running through the A, and more return to Razorback Stadium as Razorback football takes on Alabama A&M in Fayetteville to kick off the 2025 season. Tickets are on sale now, including tickets to Big Red's Rooftop Bar, all beginning at just $20. Call the Hogs and experience game day on the hill at ArkansasRazorbacks.com.
Hi, I'm Hunter Bell from Bell Chevrolet. Football season in Arkansas is one of my favorite times of the year. And I think we can all agree that game days are better with tailgating. Fourth quarters are better with game-winning field goals. And the best played games are better with teamwork. And just like on the field, Bell Chevrolet is better because of our people and their dedication to our customers. Shop Bell Chevrolet and BellChevrolet.com today. Together, let's drive.
The great American pastime.
Do you smell that? That's the smell of men being men.
I think I'm ready.
On 103.7 The Buzz, KABZ Little Rock.
Pistol formation, Russell's in the backfield. Braylon. Green, though, going to keep it on the option. Right side, he's in the clear across midfield. They've got to catch him, and they can't do it. Green to the 20, to the 10. Touchdown, Arkansas. 64 yards on the option.
As we greet you back at Walk-Ons here on Chenal Parkway, Marcus Elliott, Trey Schapp, I'm Randy Rainwater. Arkansas prevails today 56-14. Let's check in with Savage. He has been holding. He has been waiting. Savage, good evening. Welcome to the First Security Fifth Quarter Postgame Show.
What's going on, Randy? Marcus, Trey, y'all doing all right?
What's up, buddy?
Savage.
Hey, watching the game, it's good to be on the right side of history. You know, it was a good game the way I wanted it to go. But, guys, talk about the linebacker play. And then out on the edge, we did a lot of one-on-one tackling, and that's we haven't seen that in a while. Actually, do some good tackling out on the edge. And I'm going to get off here, guys. Y'all have a good one.
He brings up a good point, Randy. I thought they tackled well today. Did the
As a whole, yes.
Yeah. Some open field tackles, one-on-one, like he said. And I think Sam Pitman, and they talked about it too, the fact that they challenged the defensive front, that front seven. They challenged them in practice this week. They had a much better game today than they did last Saturday against Alabama A&M.
Xavier Sori, one of the linebackers, he finished with 14 tackles, 5 solos, half of a sack, 2 tackles for loss, 1 interception. He played, needless to say, a lot better than what he did against Alabama A&M. The other linebacker was Stephen Dix Jr. He had 10 tackles. He had 5 solos, no sacks, no INTs, no tackles for losses, et cetera, et cetera. But, yes, the 2 linebackers I thought played better. And, yes, on the edge, I thought the tackling was much better. There were some misses. We understand that. I mean, it's going to happen. The quarterback, Rayner, is very elusive.
He is.
And they had a running back that made a lot of people miss during the game at times as well. But I thought as a whole, Mark, what did you see out of the linebackers? What did you see coming off the edge for the Arkansas defense?
Well, no, Randy, I agree that, a little inconsistent with the edge pressure and lost contain a little bit, with the quarterback. But I thought they ran sideline pretty well. So I was very, I thought it was solid after the first couple of series. I think they played solid, but pressure off the edge, I think Trey's right. Could have been a little better there.
I thought from a pursuit standpoint, the front four did a better job. I thought exerting pressure than what we saw against Alabama A&M. They put a lot of pressure all day long on Rayner, the quarterback for Arkansas State. I think.
How about Quincy Rhodes?
Quincy Rhodes,
he was all over.
I was about to pull that up. I think he had 2 sacks. I know he had 2 for a fact, but let me just confirm that.
I think the team had 4.
There were, 4 total sacks. And Phillip Lee, the defensive end number 1, he had a sack and a half.
Quincy
had two sacks, number 97, and then number 10 had the other sack in the game, Xavier Sori. So total sacks. I thought that was where the defense helped in regards to applying the pressure on Rayner. And I had talked about this last week, guys, because I've watched Rayner play in multiple games. And one of the things that I had noticed about him is once he steps up in that pocket, he has a tendency to take off. And I thought they might, at least early, have a spy. I think, Mark, did we talk about that the other day? I think you kind of snorted at me when I mentioned putting a spy on Rayner.
Yeah. Well, he was a Razorback.
But that wasn't the kind of snort that he was. he was basically making fun of me because I was suggesting maybe a spy on Rayner. But this guy's good. I mean,
he is.
He reminds me of.
What's that?
Russell Wilson. Well, not today's version, but back in the heyday.
Yeah.
Because you think back to Russell Wilson back in the heyday when he was playing for Seattle, he would step up in the pocket, and most time he would break out to his left, and that's what I've seen from Rayner, where he'll step up in the pocket and then he'll take off, and he can make some folks miss. But
no, I think you're right, Randy. I think athletically, and he presented them some problems, had some big plays, sustained a couple of drives for them with his feet. Missed on a couple of throws, but no, I like him. I can see how they can win several games going down the stretch for them.
I mean, it's tough sometimes to really gauge a quarterback how good he is if he's under fire the entire game. I mean, what have you been stumping? What have you been preaching on, Mark, now for over a year about Taylor Green?
That's right.
Is that, well, he's always under pressure. Yeah. He's always, being flushed out of the pocket. He's always doing this. What makes the difference as a quarterback throwing from the seat of your pants than it does otherwise.
A clean pocket.
He had a
clean pocket today.
So he was under pressure.
Yeah.
I thought again, going back to what Savage was asking, I thought the defense did a good job of putting pressure without having to blitz. That's the other part. Yeah. Without having to blitz.
I thought they tackled well too, especially in the secondary. I thought they did a solid job.
Well, the one player that I really thought, besides Rayner, could be a thorn in Arkansas' side today was Rucker, yeah. And when you go and look at his final numbers, Rucker had 3 receptions for 20 yards. His longest covered 10 yards. He was actually targeted 9 different times, which tells me, again, that the Arkansas secondary was doing a good job taking him away from Arkansas State as a weapon. Cobb led them in receptions with 4. In fact, they had 3 receivers total that had 4 receptions each. But Corey Rucker, I mean, this guy, he's been around. He has been around the block more than once. And I thought Arkansas did a great job in shutting him down.
I know our friends at Bet Saracen lost some money, or they gave away a lot of money today, Randy, with that payout. Wow!
Oh, I'm gonna let you talk to Neil. I'm gonna let you talk.
You're gonna put the headset on Neil. Okay, I see what you're doing, but you got to take the headset off first. So yeah, he's gonna put Neil Atkinson on, and so Neil, I mean the line during Hog Wild Game Day today went off at. Arkansas a 23.5-point favorite.
Yep, and yesterday until about 5 o'clock, we had more money on Arkansas State. They were taking Arkansas State in the points.
Yeah.
And if you looked at nationally, they were taking Arkansas State in the points. That completely turned over the last 24 hours for the game, and I think a lot of the money that settled this morning from the earlier games.
Yeah.
That the Arkansas players came in the Arkansas bets really did come in. I mean, our biggest liability was Hogs minus 23.5.
Yep.
Followed by Hogs minus 20.5. And over 62.5 was another liability. Hogs minus 23.5 was another 8. I got to see if Omega Blake, did he get up? No, he didn't get over 67.5 receiving. I don't think he got that one.
I don't think he did. He had 64 yards, so yeah.
Yeah, he just barely missed that one. But, yeah, and now one of the most popular bets was the quarterback bet, both the Arkansas State quarterback and that.
Rayner and Taylor Green.
Well, Taylor Green hit it all by himself. What he had, 151 is what I think
I saw.
He had
151 yards rushing, so you needed 150. Rayner rushing the football had 38 yards. So, yeah, I mean, you got that, but it was more Taylor Green doing it than it was Rayner.
Right.
You could find some places with these lines today to where you could make some money.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And, what was it, 8 touchdowns for Arkansas in the game? So, the wealth necessarily wasn't spread amongst how many touchdowns everybody got. But, and look, just looking at the SEC today, I mean, look what happened to Florida. Ole Miss came out with another escape from Kentucky with the opponent next week, and I'm already kind of scratching my head to see what we're going to do with that line for that week. I'm thinking it could come out as low as 3.5. Arkansas plus 3.5. Before what I saw today with Kentucky and some of the stats and some of the because I was at the game myself.
Sure.
And of course I was getting everything caught up, but I was thinking that game probably be a 7.5. Just looking ahead. But, after today, it could come out as low as 3.5. I'm probably 4.5, 5. But I'll be interested to see if that comes out tomorrow night or Monday morning.
Neil, this is back-to-back games now that Arkansas has scored over 50 points.
Yep.
Haven't seen that in a while. How are you thinking next week? I mean, it looks like Arkansas's got a solid offense. Can they do that against an SEC opponent is the question that still needs to be answered. We're going to have it answered next Saturday in Oxford.
Yeah, we're going to have a reality check. A lot of people know that here I am in my Arkansas regalia. They know I'm a Tennessee fan.
I was going to say, can we take some pictures of this, you and Arkansas
Yeah,
Red?
I know. I'll let you take a picture. I've got Arkansas hat. I think Randy's going to do it right now. But, and I told Randy, I said, we've got East Tennessee State. I think they beat 72-70.
They killed them.
Yeah, they killed them. But I said the reality check is next week against Georgia.
Yeah.
But I really am liking where Arkansas is right now going in against Ole Miss. And, of course, playing a FCS and then playing Arkansas State, which is a Sun Belt, is different than playing an SEC.
Oh, it is.
And my major concerns are going to be one is I saw it developing, that kickoff return. That really raised my eyebrows there, too. They're not going to be able to give up a touchdown like that against Ole Miss. And those two interceptions that Talon threw, I mean, I could see him. And that one, I'm like, what the heck was going on there? And I think the biggest thing this year with Talon and some of the wins is going to be hitting those open receivers. And I did see there were some open receivers today that I saw that probably could have done, but it was a solid outing against Arkansas State. There was a lot on the line more for Arkansas than it was for there, but the players that bet Arkansas and take the over, they're smiling tonight.
No doubt about it. Well, I know Randy loves talking with you on Drive Time Sports Tuesday through Friday afternoons. Ray Tucker on Mondays.
Yep.
I know we enjoy our partnership on Hog Wild Game Day when we go through the picks and give out the lines. Carlton did a good job last week. I thought Don Grisham did a great job today.
Oh, yeah.
He took some lines today where I thought, he kind of went with some of the he would take the favorite, but he would say, like, I'm not going to give that many points. I don't think they're – I mean, the Georgia game, Georgia-Austin Peay. I'm not giving up that many points.
Right. Yeah, and you look, there's not a lot of coverage today. I mean, look at LSU. It's 20 to nothing. And I forget what that line was, but they could go on a scoring fit.
Oklahoma's covering right now. They're up 21-10 on Michigan.
That was 5.5 there, and that line moved a lot. And I'm really glad to see the SEC doing well.
Hogs covered.
Oh, they covered. Yeah, they did cover.
They covered big time.
They covered big time.
All right, Neil.
It was a great day. Hey, good luck to congratulations to all the people that bet on Arkansas and scored on those. And I'm sure we knocked down a whole bunch of the double R props with that much yardage. 630, you can't beat that.
I'm sure you did. That's Neil Atkinson with Beth Saracen. Marcus Elliott, Randy Rainwater, I'm Trey Schapp, back with more of the First Security fifth quarter postgame show from Walk-Ons in West Little Rock after the break.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Lost in the business jungle? From new solo proprietors to established multi-owner companies, don't monkey around with your business. There's nothing better than Lion Guidance. Hire Lion Legal. There's no one better to protect your pride than our pride of Legal Lions. Whether in negotiations or war, all businesses need the roar. For exceptional communication and exceptional results in all business-related legal matters, hire Lion Legal to come roaring to the rescue.
At Edwards Food Giant, they know your family is important, and they also know that your time and convenience is as well. So why not take advantage of their heat and eat items in their deli department? Those famous Edwards Food Giant signature dishes with many of the same entrees and recipes that are served daily in the hot bar, all ready to take home and serve to your family tonight. And it can all be found at your favorite Central Arkansas Edwards Food Giant deli. This week's special is orange chicken for only $7.49 per pound, paired with vegetable fried rice for just $4.99 per pound.
This is Thomas Blackman with Blackman Auctions. Since 1938, we've handled many different types of auctions. We sold bulldozers, excavators, farm tractors, farms, locomotives, fully custom rail cars, vehicles, Harley-Davidsons, cows, lake houses, hunting properties, pickups, heavy trucks, big trailers, plus hundreds of other random things. Honestly, if it's for sale, we probably sold it. Our knowledge and experience is priceless, much like your hard-earned assets. Since 1938, better auctions have always been Blackman Auctions.
Hi, I'm Hunter Bell from Bell Chevrolet. Football season in Arkansas is one of my favorite times of the year. And I think we can all agree that game days are better with tailgating. Fourth quarters are better with game-winning field goals. And the best played games are better with teamwork. And just like on the field, Bell Chevrolet is better because of our people and their dedication to our customers. Shop Bell Chevrolet and BellChevrolet.com today. Together, let's drive.
Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley Edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
In today's digital world, compliance isn't just a box to check, it's a necessity. Network Services Group will help you navigate the complex landscape of cybersecurity regulations, making sure your business stays compliant and secure. Stay ahead of the curve. Focus on what really matters, growing your business. Network Services Group, your partner in compliance for banks and medical organizations.
Network Services Group. One call does it all.
Attention Central Arkansas. If you're looking for reliable home and business services, look no further. For over 45 years, Advantage Service Company has been your local expert in HVAC, plumbing, and electrical needs with outstanding customer service from licensed technicians ready to help with every step. Call or text today and enjoy peace of mind knowing you're in good hands. Cheer on your favorite university and call Advantage Service Company. Your comfort is just a call away. 501-1-CALL. 501-663-2255.
Green to throw, time into the end zone, back of the end zone, caught, touchdown Arkansas. Jaylen Brown in the back of the end zone makes the catch, his second touchdown in as many weeks.
Welcome back once again to the First Security Fifth Quarter Postgame Show. Marcus Elliott, Trey Schaff. I'm Randy Rainwater. Come on out to Walk-Ons. The fans are here. They're excited about what they saw today. So come on out to Walk-Ons out in West Little Rock off of Chenal Parkway. And you will have the time of your life and some great, great food here at Walk-Ons. And they've got some specials they'll share with you that could save you a little bit of money. All right, let's get right back to work. And here is Toby. Toby, good evening. Welcome to the First Security Fifth Quarter Postgame Show.
Hi, guys. Great to talk with you. Haven't had an opportunity to talk with you in a while, but as always, I enjoy your show. But just very quickly, I want to preface my comments by saying I really am a diehard Arkansas Razorback fan, okay? But I want to say that this evening, I'm telling you, and I was very happy to be able to take the point and to win the game. But we were getting some home cooking calls from the refs today. There were a few things like maybe even Taylor Green's long 64-yard run. There could have been like a clip of pushing the back, and even on Braylon Russell's touchdown, that was questionable. And then, even on the 1-yard goal line that our defense made. As I said, when we get away to Mississippi and places like that, we ain't going to get those calls. So a couple of things we need to really tighten up. But as I said, hey, I'm very happy that Arkansas won. Hey, I support them, but that's just a couple of observations. I won't get you coming. Thanks, guys, for taking my call.
Arkansas got nailed. There's always going to be missed calls. There's always going to be questionable calls. There was a play in particular down at the goal line where Arkansas State was trying to get the ball into the end zone. I think the play started around the 2, maybe 1 yard line. And the initial forward progress, it looked like they were short of the goal. I don't know if that's when they blew the whistle or not, but they must have blown the whistle at that point, because on second effort, or maybe third effort,
it looked
second
like
and third effort, they did get in.
But they deemed that the play was stopped because of forward progress being stopped.
Right. And the only thing I can say, Toby, when you're talking about open field runs, there's always something that can be easily missed when you've got bodies spread out across the field and different angles that are being taken. Mark, did you see anything as you were watching today? Did you see that many missed calls or calls that Arkansas should have been held accountable for?
Well, I don't know, and Randy, I think your point's true. There's going to be missed calls in every game on both sides, actually, but I don't think that had anything to do with the outcome. Arkansas was just in a different class than Arkansas State today. So no, the touchdown play, I think if they did call that forward progress, that's a bad call, but that, stuff happens, right? That didn't determine the outcome of the game. Arkansas was going to win by, in my opinion, that margin regardless.
Well, and here's the thing, Mark, and we've seen this play happen before, where you've got a back who is basically being stood up, and there have been some pretty vicious hits because, well, two things. One, the opponent is trying to take the ball away. They're trying to strip.
Yeah.
But the second part of it is they're trying to lay a lick. They don't want that guy to score. And once the officials believe that forward progress is being stopped, that's when they are trying to stop the play to prevent any kind of injury. So, yeah, it's tough. You got to make sure his progress is going backwards and not forwards. Still trying to go forward before you blow that whistle. So, from our angle, all we could see was the back of the player who was running the football, where that football ended up, whether it was on the goal line or past the goal line. But you could, at least I could, I saw what I thought was when he stopped going forward and then they started pushing backwards. And I think that's when, if this is when the whistle blew, because then he did make another surge.
He did.
And he may have, as I said, may have made even a third surge, if you will. So that's, again, Toby, from the press box, and this was helter-skelter day if you were in the press box. This was helter-skelter day if you were in the stadium. It's been touted that there is free Wi-Fi throughout the stadium. We were supposed to have Wi-Fi in the press box. There is a statistical website that we use. I didn't get to, none of us got to use that until midway through the second quarter.
Yeah, it didn't come up.
Second quarter. Then, here I'm listening to the postgame show on Learfield, and they normally have a postgame interview with Sam Pitman after the game. They couldn't get the internet to work.
Oh, wow.
So it was a day of nightmares. In fact, Neil Atkinson was saying he couldn't get any kind of internet connection in the stadium itself. So anyway, I'm not saying that's what caused But we couldn't see replays. There was no instant. I mean, there were no replays that we could watch. So maybe when we watch it again, we'll see a whole different story. But yes, Mark.
No. I was just I was laughing at the situation today. It does sound like it was just all Twilight Zone stuff. Looks like.
Well, you heard the story about the 3 blind mice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, it was a story of about the 16 blind mice, because here you got all these riders, and we're television, we're radio, and all that, and a guy breaks off a run, and everybody's saying, "How long was that? How long was that? How long was that?" We didn't know how long it was. There was no announcement in the press box saying Mike Washington had a 53-yard touchdown run or whatever it was. So we were left to our own devices so much less seeing replays.
I will say this: I hadn't done a whole lot of tailgating at Little Rock, and since this is probably the last game for a while, it's kind of cool. You know, Melissa and I got out and did a little tailgating today and saw a lot of friends. So it was really, it was just kind of sentimental type atmosphere today, I think, with a lot of people.
Well, if it is the last time, then yeah, I don't believe it will be. I think something will happen. And Randy, I don't know if you got to listen, Marcus, to Baz and I this morning, but the Razorbacks cannot afford to lose $4.5, $5 million, whatever it is, to come down and play a home game in Little Rock. Now, if there is some institution, some corporation, someone that can offset that loss, then I think you could still have a game here and play it at War Memorial Stadium. But unless that happens, and unless there is a mandate by the government to play a game, then it might not happen. But those are the two ways that I see it happening in the future, is a mandate that you play a game here every other year, whatever it may be, or the fact that you get some big sponsor to throw some money at it, just like they're going to Vegas in 2030. There's a lot of money thrown at them for that. They got a lot of money to go down and play in AT&T Stadium. So if that comes to fruition, then I could see them playing a game at War Memorial Stadium. But those would be the only ways I see it happening.
Well, and the other, if there is another reason why not, is with Arkansas and the SEC going now to a 9-game conference schedule, you have to drop one of those non-conference games.
Right. Well, you still have 2 non-conference games, and it could be one of those maybe every other year. But I get it.
When you've got some of your opponents,
you still have to play a Power 4, so that's 10 games. You have to play 10 big-time games.
When you're looking all the way out, in some cases, some have got games scheduled all the way into 2030. My understanding was the 2026 game that was to be with Memphis has already been pushed all the way to 2030.
Yep.
So that's just another example of
having. There are your 2 non-conference games then. Well, I mean, Texas Tech, you'll have 3 non-conference games. Texas Tech gets you your Power 4 opponent, and then Memphis, and then we'll see who the other one might be.
I think it's already scheduled, but I may have misunderstood Rick the other day. I think it's already been scheduled. All right, why don't we step away for a moment, and hopefully in a moment we'll be able to hear from Sam Pitman and the players. But let's go ahead and take a break, and we'll step away for a moment. Come back to walk-ons here in West Little Rock. And where the food is great, service is great. A lot of folks, some happy campers here at Walk-Ons in West Little Rock. Trey Schapp, Marcus Elliott, I'm Randy Rainwater. The First Security 5th Quarter Postgame Show will continue in a moment.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Attention Central Arkansas. If you're looking for reliable home and business services, look no further. For over 45 years, Advantage Service Company has been your local expert in HVAC, plumbing, and electrical needs with outstanding customer service from licensed technicians ready to help with every step. Call or text today and enjoy peace of mind knowing you're in good hands. Cheer on your favorite university and call Advantage Service Company. Your comfort is just a call away. 501-1-CALL. 501-663-2255.
Volkswagen of Little Rock is committed to delivering a car buying experience that's grounded in expertise, integrity, and respect. From the moment you arrive, our team is here to help you find the right fit. Whether that's the versatile Tiguan, the all-electric ID4, or one of our thoroughly inspected pre-owned models, we take pride in providing a low-pressure, informative environment where your questions are answered and your time is valued. Visit Volkswagen of Little Rock today or begin your search anytime at www.vwoflittlerock.com.
At Edwards Food Giant, they know your family is important, and they also know that your time and convenience is as well. So why not take advantage of their heat and eat items in their deli department? Those famous Edwards Food Giant signature dishes with many of the same entrees and recipes that are served daily in the hot bar, all ready to take home and serve to your family tonight. And it can all be found at your favorite Central Arkansas Edwards Food Giant deli. This week's special is orange chicken for only $7.49 per pound, paired with vegetable fried rice for just $4.99 per pound.
At ABC Supply, when you've got a job to do, we do too. When your success depends on getting the details right, we're there for you every step of the way. Delivering more than materials, delivering passion, commitment, and the confidence to help you get the job done easier. Our teams understand the obstacles you face in building your business and reputation, because living up to our promises is how we help you live up to yours.
For location and product information, call ABC Supply North Little Rock at 501-955-0777 or visit abcsupply.com. Shipments of spring and summer fashions are arriving at Bell & Sword. That means swimwear from Saks, Peter Noir golf wear and shirts, Johnny O's store within a store. Be sure to check out the Faraday line and Martin Dingman shoes and leather goods. So hurry in for a great value on quality men's clothing at Bell & Sword for your spring and summer items, and you'll look fantastic. Bell & Sword, 1011 Oak Street in downtown Conway on Facebook and Instagram.
Lost in the business jungle? From new solo proprietors to established multi-owner companies, don't monkey around with your business. There's nothing better than Lion Guidance. Hire Lion Legal. There's no one better to protect your pride than our pride of legal lions. Whether in negotiations or war, all businesses need the roar. For exceptional communication and exceptional results in all business-related legal matters, hire Lion Legal to come roaring to the rescue.
I'm here with Laura Beth from Kaufman by Design West. Kaufman has over 7,000 square feet of beautiful new home decor pieces and design specialists on staff. See, that would be important for somebody like me who is design challenged.
Yeah, we have design specialists on staff and everything you need from lighting to flooring, designer hardware, and more.
And gift cards are available too. Check them out now. Kaufman by Design West, out west past Taylor Loop, 14900 Cantrell Road.
Or visit us online at kaufmanlumber.com.
3rd down and 2 from the A-State 7. Russell's the tailback. Green gives it to Braylon. He's got the first down, trucks a man at the 3, fights for the goal line. At the goal line, touchdown Arkansas. Braylon Russell ran over a tackler at the 3-yard line and fought his way across the goal line. Good Lord.
Welcome back once again to the First Security 5th Quarter Postgame Show. Trey Shapp along with Marcus Elliott. I'm Randy Rainwater. Walk-ons here in West Little Rock and off of Chenal Parkway. All right, Mark, they say the greatest improvement comes between game 1 and game 2. What did you see today that you felt like was an improvement from Alabama A&M to this week's game with Arkansas State?
think the greatest improvement I saw, Randy, was on defense. Excuse me. What I saw was more people getting around the ball. And I thought the tackling was probably as good as I've seen from an Arkansas defense in a while now. So I thought they were more aggressive defensively. You know, I think offensively it was a good performance. I think this team's not going to have any trouble scoring points on people. I think Taylor Green is such a problem for teams that's not going to be the issue. The issue is, can Arkansas steal a possession or two from a team or an opponent? If they can do that, Arkansas can be in a lot of games. I think because they'll be able to score with other teams. So and today I thought the defense improved enough where they got better, in my opinion. What do you think? What do you guys think?
I thought the offensive line gave Taylor a clean pocket, and I thought the running backs ran the ball better than they did in the game against Alabama A&M. When Mike Washington got to the edge, he made a guy miss, and he was gone.
That's a good point.
And you look at Braylon Russell, he got to the 1 yard line and he trucked a dude from A-State.
He bowled him over.
He flattened him to get into the end zone. And so, Marcus, I think the backfield.
Yeah.
I mean, when your quarterback runs for over 150 yards and then you have another back that goes for over 100 yards, your offensive line is doing some good work, and they are bulldozing the defensive line of your opponent, and that's what they did today. They bulldozed Arkansas State.
I agree, and they should bulldoze Arkansas State. What we'll see is what happens next week, but I also think you bring up a good point. Number 4 is a problem, guys. Number 4 is a ball player. And,
he said he was nervous before the game.
It's okay.
He said he's not used to playing in front of this many people because when he was at New Mexico State, he said sellout there would be 16,000.
Yeah.
So,
well, don't worry about it, Washington.
He's going to be nervous next week, too, because Ole Miss will have a packed stadium.
Just remember, they can't come on the field. They can't play. They're just watching.
All right, Mark, is this an indication? I wanted to ask you again specifically about the O-line, since that is your specialty.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at the TFLs for Arkansas State, and there was 1 tackle for a loss. There were no sacks by Arkansas State, and there was only 1 quarterback hurry for Arkansas State. Then they did pick off 2 passes by Taylor Green. And then the other category that I always take a look at is the pass breakups. They had 4 of those. And so often, as I'm keeping my statistics, I can always tell if it's a PBU or not, or whether the ball actually hits the hands of the receiver. He just doesn't catch it. But is that a good indicator of, Trey was talking about, they pretty well kept Taylor Green clean. Is that an indication? Didn't force a fumble, only had 1 quarterback hurry, no sacks, and only 1 tackle for loss. Is that a indication? Now, the tackle for loss, that was an actual 1 yard 1 yard loss by Rodney Hill, who came in late in the game. He had a negative minus 1 yard run. Is that a good indicator of how the offensive line, Mark, when you just look at those key indicators?
Maybe, Randy. Here's what I'll say. For teams, and what we may have seen a little bit from Arkansas State today, especially a team that's a little undermanned like Arkansas State.
Mm-hmm.
You got to make a decision on a quarterback like Green. And Green's a little special. You got to make a decision on how you're going to play him. Are you going to come after him? you're going to come after him, you got to get him. So that means you got to have the athletes to do that defensively. I think Arkansas State determines early on we can come after him selectively, but we're not going to be able to get to him. So then how do you play him? Well, you drop a little bit. You kind of try to keep him contained underneath and try to avoid a breakout. But they're still going to run those RPOs where you got to respect the back. So, yeah, I think so, but I think a good part of it is Arkansas State probably the way they played Talon kind of probably gave them a little extra time. But I think the line too, I think they improved. But I don't think you can make that decision in a game where, State's not going to be Ole Miss. State's not going to be not even Memphis. Well, they may be Memphis. State's not going to be on the line of scrimmage. Certainly won't be Notre Dame. So I think it remains to be seen. In my opinion.
Yeah. Well, I think any time that you put up 630 yards, I think that's what the actual final number was on offense.
630. 309 through the air, 321 on the ground.
That's a good night.
That's a good night.
Regardless.
I don't like the 8 penalties for 92 yards.
No, we were talking about that earlier, Trey, that if there's going to be one area that Coach Pitman is not going to be happy about, it's going to be the number of penalties tonight.
Yeah.
And I was saying also earlier, I think the majority of those penalties, though, came against the defense. There were several defensive holdings. There was one hands to the face by the Arkansas defense. I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think, though, on the other hand, there was one holding penalty on the Arkansas offensive line. And I'm not sure there was
I think you're
even
right.
an illegal procedure penalty called.
There was they lined up wrong.
Yeah, there was an illegal formation. Or no, it was
of those.
They didn't get set.
Well, there was one of those, but then they didn't have 4 on the line of scrimmage late, too.
Okay.
When they were trying to come out of the end zone, when they put Jackson in at quarterback, the second play from there on second down, they got flagged half the distance. But then they still went 99 yards.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Guys, I know this was said, I don't know, a couple of months ago, that once Talon Green is, quote, done at Arkansas, they're going to need to go into the portal because of KJ Jackson.
Ooh, KJ.
I mean,
Mark, the more I see him, the better I like that guy.
I like him too, Randy. I didn't realize he was that tall either.
I mean, he throws some dimes. I mean, they are right on target.
3 for 3 today, 70 yards, a 296 rating, 100% completion.
Well, my thing is he looks the part, and I like his mobility. I saw him kind of, guys that can threaten the line of scrimmage and be true threats. I mean, for example, what Taylor did today going to the house, that changes the way a defensive coordinator has to prepare. So Ole Miss has got, they know about him, but they saw something today they got to account for. Well, it's the same way with Jackson. Jackson can be a problem. I think they need to pay him whatever they need to pay him to keep him around.
Well, the other name that we got to start hyping, guys. I like the more I see number 9, Omega Blake.
Yeah.
And number 17, Jalen Brown. More that I see him. Or is he number 3? I get them mixed up.
Jalen Brown 17, C.J. Brown's 3.
3, okay. I get them mixed up. But, yeah, more I'm seeing Omega Blake and Jalen Brown. They say Jalen Brown is the fastest on the Arkansas team. And we've yet to see that blazing speed. He was well over 22 miles per hour, which I don't know if they got a golf cart out there and they were just running it back and forth, but that's pretty good. Pretty good, 22 miles per hour.
How about Jones running the ball, though? When he caught it, turned, went up the sideline, He was moving.
Rohan Jones, he ended up with, a couple of receptions for about 70 yards?
74 yards,
Yeah.
1 touchdown, 41 the longest. And he was targeted twice, 52 yards after the catch.
I was beginning to wonder if he was going to get targeted again today based upon he didn't get targeted at all last week.
Yeah.
And they said it was because they looked at him, but he wasn't open, so forth and so on. So, yeah, he looks more like, I put the binoculars on him, he looks more like almost a wide receiver than he does a tight end. He's not a big bulky guy, I'll put it that way.
You know, but, you know, you guys made a point, Trey, I believe, made the point earlier about, you know, what improved. And I thought it was good last week, but that run game in number 4, Washington, man, he's explosive. He and Taylor are explosive parts to the offense. So, I don't think Arkansas is going to have a problem offensively this year.
All right, when we come back, we'll hear from the head hog himself, Sam Pitman. Marcus Elliott, along with Trey Shapp. I'm Randy Rainwater. The First Security Fifth Quarter Postgame Show will continue from walk-ons in West Little Rock in just one moment.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
At Edwards Food Giant, they know your family is important, and they also know that your time and convenience is as well. So why not take advantage of their heat and eat items in their deli department? Those famous Edwards Food Giant signature dishes with many of the same entrees and recipes that are served daily in the hot bar, all ready to take home and serve to your family tonight. And it can all be found at your favorite Central Arkansas Edwards Food Giant deli. This week's special is orange chicken for only $7.49 per pound, paired with vegetable fried rice for just $4.99 per pound.
If I was a football coach wanting to motivate my team for the upcoming season, I'd load them on a bus and take them to Genesis of Conway. Let them know what winning looks like when you're committed to performance. You're going to find that commitment in every car you see and in every over-the-top service they offer. Oh, my team would be so fired up, they'd go undefeated. My offense would become known for their long drives, thanks to Genesis of Conway, the future of luxury today.
At ABC Supply, when you've got a job to do, we do too. When your success depends on getting the details right, we're there for you every step of the way. Delivering more than materials, delivering passion, commitment, and the confidence to help you get the job done easier. Our teams understand the obstacles you face in building your business and reputation, because living up to our promises is how we help you live up to yours.
For location and product information, call ABC Supply North Little Rock at 501-955-0777 or visit abcsupply.com.
It's Justin Acre with Laura Beth from Kaufman by Design West, where we always talk about getting everything you need for your home, but they also are your one-stop shop for tailgating. We are so happy football's back, Laura Beth, and Kaufman by Design West has just what you need.
Yeah, we do. We have smokers, coolers, grills, and even solo stoves for all those chilly game days.
So if you want to stock up and get ready for your favorite tailgate, get out to Kaufman by Design West. It's out west past Taylor Loop, 14900 Cantrell Road. You can find out more about all the things they have to offer at kaufmanlumber.com.
Join the zone each Monday for game balls and jock straps, brought to you by A Caddy's Touch Landscaping. Find out who made the best, average, and worst headlines in sports and entertainment each Monday as Justin and DJ give you their game balls and jock straps on the zone from 10 to 1. It's all brought to you by A Caddy's Touch Landscaping, 501-794-2770. Call today to get your landscape updated to a whole new level and be listening for game balls and jock straps only on 103.7 The Buzz.
Lost in the legal jungle? Relax. You have a lion on your side. There's no one better to protect your pride than our pride of Legal Lions. For exceptional communication and exceptional results, hire Lion Legal to come roaring to the rescue. Lion Legal. We bite back.
Volkswagen of Little Rock is committed to delivering a car buying experience that's grounded in expertise, integrity, and respect. From the moment you arrive, our team is here to help you find the right fit. Whether that's the versatile Tiguan, the all-electric ID4, or one of our thoroughly inspected pre-owned models, we take pride in providing a low-pressure, informative environment where your questions are answered and your time is valued. Visit Volkswagen of Little Rock today or begin your search anytime at www.vwoflittlerock.com.
Green to throw, time into the end zone, back of the end zone, caught, touchdown Arkansas. Jaylen Brown in the back of the end zone makes the catch, his second touchdown in as many weeks.
Welcome back once again to the First Security Fifth Quarter Postgame Show. Marcus Elliott, Trey Schapp, I'm Randy Rainwater. Here is head football coach Sam Pitman.
I want to start off by what an atmosphere over here. Very appreciative of our fans. It felt like a home game, and that started with the hog walk, and we knew the significance of this game to the state of our great state, Arkansas. We knew the significance, and 130 years of playing, and we've decided, now that we're going to play the game, and so we certainly had to be ready for the game, and I felt like we were. We got some things we've got to fix, but we got a lot of things that we're doing really good, and you guys will ask me questions, but I do. There's a couple things that I was really pleased with, and I know you're going to ask me about Taylor, you're going to ask me about the offense, you're going to ask me about a lot of different things. But our second offense came in there on the 1 yard line and went 99 yards. And I was so pleased with that effort. I thought it was great. And then our second defense at the end, we had a fourth down stop, and then they didn't score at the end. Now they were trying to run the ball out and trying to run the clock. Have a lot of respect for Coach Jones and their program, but those were two things I was really, really proud of when our seconds got in there and they played ball, and they took advantage of their situation and their opportunity. And I'm really happy that we won, and looking forward to the bus ride home. But y'all got something to ask me, go ahead.
Taylor question. What do you think about his performance? Strong start, a little bit of a lull, great legs the whole time, and finished really strong.
Yeah, I mean, if he's not perfect, a lot of times we'll think about, the two picks. Obviously, they weren't good pick. I mean, no picks good, but it wasn't like it was a tip ball. You know what I mean? And ball went up in the air or anything. So, obviously, we got that, corrected with his eyes and where to go with the ball after that. After the second quarter, I guess, is when it was. But he was outstanding with his legs. I mean, when he takes off, you just know you're going to get a first down, and then what happens after that is extra gravy, But he threw the ball. I think 8 guys caught passes tonight again, or I don't know how many, but Kyle told me it was 8. And protection was great. I mean, I don't know that he got hit, and I don't know that he had to scramble much. So the protection was good. I bet you our average per carry was high. I think Mike had about 13 and Taylor had 16 on average. So Rodney averaged 6, and yeah, it was high. And so I'm proud of the way our guys are catching the ball for Taylor too. I mean, right before we scored, CJ caught a got rocked on third down and caught a contested pass, and I think maybe the next play Raylan was wide open down the middle, but the receivers are really catching the ball for him. But I thought he played outstanding, and we'll see what happens. But the guys around him are playing really well too. It's good to see Mike break one and get a long run as well.
On defense, some of the things that you didn't see last game, sacks, Quincy had a couple, and Xavier had 14 tackles and a pick. A lot better game for him.
Wasn't that something? So last week, I think we had 5 tackles out of those 2 guys. Today we had 24 or 25. We had 4 sacks. We had 10 negative yardage plays. You know, we challenged this week, and I think you all know that I said we need more production out of the front 7. And we got it against a, you know, no disrespect to A&M, but a better team this week than what we played last week. So obviously we're starting SEC play, and we needed that going into SEC play. But I knew Sorey was going to have a good game just because he was so low and down about the game that he played last week. So, but we got production out of the front 7, and that was good to see.
4 touchdowns in the first 10 minutes. What do you think fed into that hot start, and how important was it that they didn't have a lot of oxygen early in the game?
I just think it was damn good coaching, you know. Yeah, we take it for everything that ain't. Our coaches had those kids ready, and they were ready to play. They knew the significance of this game to the great state of Arkansas. They knew it, and we had pounded it into them, and they knew it. And like I said, it felt like we was at home out here. And I know A-State had some good loyal fans come too, but I just think that, you know, offensively, I wouldn't trade Bobby Petrino for nobody, and I wouldn't trade Taylor Green either. And so those guys know how to get guys ready to score. And defensively, they wouldn't have scored if we don't and you can't say that. So I'm going to we had too many damn penalties on the drive that they scored, and they earned it. I'm not saying that, but other than that, they ran a damn kickoff back on us, and we got to get that fixed, which I don't know if they even returned another one after that. I don't think they did. So we've got to get that fixed. But I think our kids were ready to play, and it showed. And a lot of times you're ready to play, and it doesn't work out so that fast. I mean, that was fast. But it was just, we keep telling we've got explosive players, and we just got to get the ball to them.
Your cornerbacks, it looked to me like Kenai Walker is showing up and Julian Neal on the other side. Can you talk about them and maybe your pass defense and how you limited Rayner?
Well, first of all, I thought we pushed the pocket pretty good, you know, and the ball had to come out. We lost contain. Well, we lost down the middle. He ran a few times. But Kenai has shown that now for a while. The Julians continue to get better, and you know, our secondary will hit you, you know, and so I think we're getting better back there, but I also think the faster we can make a guy throw the football, the better we become. But you know, they caught a few slant routes for 7 and 8 yards, which is going to happen to you. But other than that, I thought you know, they had 250 yards or whatever. And I think they're a good offensive football team. I do. I think they're going to win a lot of games, and I think they've got skill. And so we played pretty good, kept the quarterback didn't become a big problem like what I thought he might. You know, he had the opportunity to.
That obviously assess your team. You haven't seen the film from this one yet, but after 2 games, how do you feel about where your team is right now?
Well, I like the guys on the team. I mean, they're very coachable, they're tough. I like the guys on the team, not just because we've won. I mean, we're supposed to, but you don't always win the ones you're supposed to, but we have. I think we're pretty explosive on offense. I think our run defense has been pretty good the first 2 weeks, but you know, it depends on who you're playing. So I like our team. I like how we play, how hard we play. We're a pretty good tackling team. and we're able to play a little bit more man coverage than we have in the past. And I think that'll help us, and that'll help us go after the quarterback. But I really like this team. I like my coaches. Been a lot of fun, but you know, you like a lot of things when you're 2-0, and if he's 0-2, you'd hate everything, you know.
Today ran the ball into
Good
the end
players,
zone.
aren't they? You know, Braylon made a really good run down there on the goal line. Mike broke second play of the game. Corey Robinson had a hell of a block on that too. Yeah, I like our backs. They can catch it. They can run it. I tell you, they protect well tonight, you know. So I like where we're at. Rodney Hill came in and had some good runs there towards the end of the game. And so I think we're in good shape there at running back.
5 catches.
Say again?
The tight ends made 5 catches. How close is that group to the production?
Well, you know, we'd like to get them all involved in all those things. We just, you know, to answer your question, I was glad that Rohan Jones caught a couple passes. I don't know if he caught 2 or 3. I don't know, but I know the one because when he turned up, he was motoring. You know, he's fast. But Platts, that's the second game in a row. He's caught some contested, some hard catches. Postgame caught it one today, I guess, too. So, well, wanted to get us out of the goal line. So they're capable of doing more than that, but it's hard for me to, you know, say how much whenever your wideouts are making so many plays, you know.
Was that almost like a finally moment that with that connection with Taylor?
It might have been for him, you know. I want everybody to get all kinds of stuff, but I just want to score. And who throws it to him or who runs it and all that. We know who we're going to give the ball to, and we know who we're trying to get the ball to, but I was really happy for him to answer your question.
I think the 2 biggest challenges you had for your team, and you've already talked about them, but defensive line, you know, causing havoc, and then the offensive line and the whole group protecting Talon, and they responded. I mean, how encouraging is it early in the season to get that response to your challenges?
Well, it is, because if you're having a bunch of problems right now, you're in damn trouble going into the SEC. I mean, you just are. So we had some things that we needed to get fixed, and I don't know if we have it fixed or not, but I know that we played a lot better in those 2 categories that you just mentioned than we did a week ago.
Philip Lee, because he had 1.5 sacks today. You guys were searching for a second defensive end with Quincy. I mean, how good, important is it to see these kind of back-to-back performances?
Man, you look at those 2 guys, and you've got 3.5 sacks between the 2 of them, you know, and, you know, regardless of who you're playing, you got to get back to the quarterback, you know, and a lot of times you have to blitz to get there, and we didn't today, so we blitzed, but we didn't have to get that necessarily on those sacks. And so they'll both – I think Quincy's going to be really, really, really special, really special. And Philip is that guy that we needed to run the edge and make some sacks, so he's done that so far.
You know, their quarterback really elusive. Getting him on the ground would be important. Quincy, third play, you know, from scrimmage took him down. Just what'd you think of their ability to contain him today?
Yeah, I mean, I was nervous about him. And if we played him again, I'd be nervous about him too. He's a good player. But they bottled him up pretty good, you know, and we hit him early. And that seems to always make a difference if you can get home early. And so I was really pleased that Quincy, I think, just won a one-on-one battle. He was over the right guard, I believe, on that play. Won a one-on-one battle and got him on the ground. And like I say, he was elusive and got away from some sacks last week, but we were fortunate enough to get him on the ground.
And then after the kickoff return, made some changes of Devin Bale kicking off some too. Is that just a situational who kicks off right now, or is it a battle?
It's a battle. let me make it very clear. It wasn't Ford's fault that we gave up a damn kickoff return. I mean, he kicked it to the goal line. We need to tackle the damn guy. And I know that's not what you meant, but there's a battle there. We'd like for Ford to handle it, and in practice, he averages a yard or two deeper, on the kickoff. We'd like for him to take a little bit off Dev. But Devin did it all last year, and so after that, we decided to put Devin back there, and he knocked hell out of it. So we'll continue that battle, but if we kick it to the goal line, the guy brings it out, we need to get his ass on the ground, and we didn't.
Wanted to just kind of follow up with Quincy. I was just wondering, did you see him playing with a different edge today, being back in Little Rock, being back in this area, and some of those other guys that are also Central Arkansas kids?
Man, I'd like to say yes. I really would. So, yes. I did. I think that him coming back and playing in this stadium, and I don't know. I just think he's getting better. But, yes, I think playing here and playing in front of the fans here meant something to him and me and a lot of people.
Long drive. Have you gotten a report on Phillip?
He had a rib deal, but I think he's going to be fine. But he had ribs. Who?
Sorry, he came out. Was that a cramp, or how's he doing?
Sorry, man, I don't know. I don't want that to go negative. I think he's just fine. But is he? Quad. Anything else? Okay. Go Hogs.
That was Sam Pitman. Good to hear about Sorey. Good to hear about Lee. We hope they're fine. You'll need them next week against Ole Miss. This is the First Security fifth quarter postgame show. Stay tuned. More coming your way from walk-ons here in West Little Rock.
The great American pastime. Do you smell that? That's the smell of men being men. I think I'm ready. On 103.7 The Buzz, KABC Little Rock.
Mud Connection has been the Central Arkansas leader in four-wheel drive modifications and accessories since 1981. You all know about the lift kits, tires, wheels, and mechanical work we do, but did you know that the Mud also can outfit your overland needs? Rooftop tents, portable fridges, and accessories from Front Runner Outfitters, and gear from Down Under by ARB and Old Man Emu. Come see us at our new facility on Shackelford Crossing in West Little Rock. Since 1981, Mud Connection has been getting you into the outdoors and, most importantly, getting you safely back home.
At ABC Supply, when you've got a job to do, we do too. When your success depends on getting the details right, we're there for you every step of the way. Delivering more than materials, delivering passion, commitment, and the confidence to help you get the job done easier. Our teams understand the obstacles you face in building your business and reputation, because living up to our promises is how we help you live up to yours.
For location and product information, call ABC Supply in North Little Rock at 501-955-0777 or visit abcsupply.com.
Hi, I'm Hunter Bell from Bell Chevrolet. Football season in Arkansas is one of my favorite times of the year. And I think we can all agree that game days are better with tailgating. Fourth quarters are better with game-winning field goals. And the best played games are better with teamwork. And just like on the field, Bell Chevrolet is better because of our people and their dedication to our customers. Shop Bell Chevrolet and BellChevrolet.com today. Together, let's drive.
Shipments of spring and summer fashions are arriving at Bell & Sword. That means swimwear from Saks, Peter Millar golf wear and shirts, Johnny O's store within a store. Be sure to check out the Faraday line and Martin Dingman shoes and leather goods. So hurry in for a great value on quality men's clothing at Bell & Sword for your spring and summer items, and you'll look fantastic. Bell & Sword, 1011 Oak Street in downtown Conway on Facebook and Instagram.
People who suffer from long-term chronic joint pain spend so much of their time acting.
putting up a carefree front. It's exhausting.
I was really tired of trying to act like I wasn't in pain because I was in pain all the time.
Rick Rawlings didn't want everyone else to know that he was coping with agonizing shoulder pain 24/7.
Yes, I had to put on a face to cover up my pain.
But then Rick found QC Kinetics, offering new lasting treatments for joint pain using natural biologics. Treatments designed to restore and repair joint tissue with no drugs, no surgery, no downtime. The results were amazing.
I am very glad. It changed my life doing the QC Kinetics. Today, my shoulders feel wonderful. The cranky Rick is gone. He's not grouchy anymore.
No more acting. Feel like yourself again with a call to QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics, 501-214-5880. That's 501-214-5880. 501-214-5880.
Introducing the new Dell AI PC, powered by the Intel Core Ultra processor. It helps do your busy work for you, so you can fast forward through editing images, designing presentations, generating code, debugging code, summarizing meeting notes, finding files, managing your schedule, and responding to Jim's long emails. Leaving all the time in the world for the things you actually want to do. No offense, Jim. Get a new Dell AI PC at dell.com/AI-PC. How those ahead stay ahead.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems, like snoring, aches and pains, hot sleep, or even an old saggy mattress that can keep you up at night. And our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now get a king bed for a queen price, plus a free adjustable base with select Sealy mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
First down at the Arkansas State 14-yard line. Green to throw. Short pattern underneath. Complete. Block at the 10 to the 5. Touchdown, Arkansas. Omega Blake. Who else would it be? 14 yards and a score.
Welcome back once again to the First Security Fifth Quarter Postgame Show. Marcus Elliott, Trey Schapp. I'm Randy Rainwater. Let's go right back to the podium. Here is Xavier Sori, Fernando Carmona, and Talon Green.
Xavier, walk us through the interception. Looked like you jumped the route. Did you see something in film? Walk us through that play.
Yeah, he was just, I was playing the out, basically the 5, the outbreak bomb, and it felt kind of fake, and it wasn't fake, so you know what I mean. That was a good play by my D-line, forcing the quarterback to get the ball out quick, and that's really it. So.
Coach Pitman really wanted the protection for Talon to improve from last week. I know some of the sacks weren't the offensive line's fault, but now looking at the stats, how good does it feel? No sacks. You kept your quarterback upright and clean today.
It feels amazing. I feel like this is the first time we've truly played like a complete game, and so that was really cool. Just to kind of see our focus throughout the whole game. Just everybody we went up early, 28 to whatever it was, but it was like, all right, we're still dialed into the details, and that's gonna make the whole lot of difference once we get to SEC play.
They returned that the kickoff for the touchdown, and then 2 plays later, y'all are in the end zone. I guess just how important was that play in particular to maybe keep the momentum with you guys?
I feel like, props to the whole team, just how we responded, and didn't phase us, and every drive, our expectation is to score. So. We, like Junior said, we just got to continue to be focused and do our job. So.
There was a lot said this week, just people wondering how y'all were going to start off the game. This is for you, Taylor. Whenever they win the toss and give the ball to y'all first, how important was that drive for y'all to score on them like that?
The emphasis is always to start fast. That's how we practice, and practice leads to the game. And we have our first day plays, and Coach Petrino has us memorize it, and we go through it and know it like the back of our hand. But just to see how we was clicking since the first snap was really cool to see.
A lot of plays in the game. I want to talk about your hurdle. What's going on there? And then for the other 2, what does it do to the whole team when you see your quarterback do that?
I had to redeem myself from Auburn, bro. I had to redeem myself. But that's what I took from last week. Just being more physical in the run game, and doing what I have to do to keep the chains moving. And if it's a hurdle, it's a hurdle. If it's put my shoulder down, it's that. If it's juking, just doing whatever I have to do. And want to show my teammates that, not just talk about it, but show it too. So.
Yeah, and like he said, he want to show his teammates, and he show us. He do a good job at showing us, and yeah, I'm just happy for him. I'm happy for him, and he's a crazy player, man. He's like the stuff he do, breakaway speed, hurling over people, like it's different. It's definitely different. So go Hogs.
Kind of this bounce back performance this week for the front seven. How needed was that?
It was very needed. Kind of started slow last week, and we didn't want to start slow this week. And our front seven, they did a good job. We had all type of guys with sacks and TFLs and things like that. So just flying around to the ball. I think tonight it was a lot of hats around the ball, and that was one of the biggest things Coach T will emphasize. Like, man, everybody just get a lot of hats to the ball. Let's make it scary for whoever got the ball, and we definitely did a good job at running to the ball and just being physical and playing with relentless effort. So I'm happy for our defense and front seven and even the back. Everybody.
Was just in here. He said he wouldn't trade Taylor Green and Bobby Petrino for anybody. What do you think about those two?
They mean everything to me, really. Just the belief and the trust that they have in me. I threw a pick or a couple picks, and Coach Petrino's still calling pass plays, and that means a lot to me. As a quarterback, he still has faith and trust that I go through my rules and go through my reads. So, like I said, the belief and the trust that they have in me, I don't take that for granted.
Pretty much a perfect first quarter. What do you feel this offense showcased in that first quarter?
Our potential, our versatility. When we're clicking, I believe we're the best offense in the country, and that's what we work towards, and that's what every single day we have the mentality to go out to practice and practice like it too. And Coach Petrino's going to let us know when we don't meet that standard, and Coach Pitt. So.
That connection with Rohan going down the side for 33 yards.
Oh, it felt really, really good. I'm not gonna lie, like I threw it, and I was just, of course, watching. But when he turned the sideline, he was moving, like, rolling. I was like, oh, he's gonna score. But just how he showed his speed and his versatility too, blocking and receiving. We've seen it in practice, but that game speed, he was moving. I'm curious to see what he did, what he had on the GPS and the miles per hour. So.
For him, just with being on the field with him, what was his reaction like?
Rohan's is a really fun, goofy person. So he was, we was all dancing and just having fun. And on the sideline, he had a great smile and just a really great energy. He has a really great energy about him. That's that affects everyone on the offensive ball.
Last week, this week, I think you had 5 more targets today to the tight ends. Was there more of an emphasis in the offensive game plan this week to target that group more?
It's just whatever the defense is showing, and how we can take advantage of the certain looks that we get. And I'm glad that we could showcase the tight ends and what they do, because they have a really hard job. They have to run block, they have to pass block, and they got to receive. They got to do all those things, and that's what I have respect for them, because they're in the trenches and they still have to catch the football. Junior, he said he can catch the football too.
For Junior, how much was it emphasized this week, the magnitude of this game, playing Arkansas State for the very first time, playing an in-state opponent?
Yeah, it was huge for the team. We realized this was going to be put in history books, and so I think we all kind of felt that coming into the game, and then just arriving on the bus and just the line of people, Hog fans, just waiting outside the fences, just waiting to see us. That kind of made everything so real, and so just kind of put everything into perspective of how awesome of an opportunity we had today, and I feel like we truly seized the opportunity.
That was Xavier Sori along with Fernando Carmona. and Taylon Green. When we come back, we'll hear from, Mike Washington and Quincy Rhodes. So keep it right here on the First Security Fifth Quarter Post-Game Show. Marcus Elliott, Trey Schapp. I'm Randy Rainwater. Back with more in just one moment.
The Powerball jackpot from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is now more than $800 million. So, what would you do if you won?
Oh, I would throw a joyous party, celebrate with the worst dance moves anybody's ever seen before.
I would spoil my little brothers.
Got your ticket? If not, visit your local lottery retailer for your chance to win the Powerball jackpot of more than $800 million. This is winning. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
At ABC Supply, when you've got a job to do, we do too. When your success depends on getting the details right, we're there for you every step of the way. Delivering more than materials, delivering passion, commitment, and the confidence to help you get the job done easier. Our teams understand the obstacles you face in building your business and reputation, because living up to our promises is how we help you live up to yours.
For location and product information, call ABC Supply North Little Rock at 501-955-0777 or visit abcsupply.com.
Lost in the business jungle? From new solo proprietors to established multi-owner companies, don't monkey around with your business. There's nothing better than Lion Guidance. Hire Lion Legal. There's no one better to protect your pride than our pride of Legal Lions. Whether in negotiations or war, all businesses need the roar. For exceptional communication and exceptional results in all business-related legal matters, hire Lion Legal to come roaring to the rescue.
The Genesises from Genesis of Conway have become so popular that now Genesis of Conway has a tremendous selection of pre-owned trade-ins. Highline vehicles, low mileage, great prices at a dealership that is unlike any you've ever seen. Spoiler alert, when you visit Genesis of Conway, you will get spoiled. It's unlike any dealership you've ever seen, even when you go pre-owned. Go see them, and it will hit you like it has so many. Genesis of Conway, the future of luxury today.
It's Justin Anker with Laura Beth from Kaufman by Design West, where we always talk about getting everything you need for your home, but they also are your one-stop shop for tailgating. We are so happy football's back, Laura Beth, and Kaufman by Design West has just what you need.
Yeah, we do. We have smokers, coolers, grills, and even solo stoves for all those chilly game days.
So if you want to stock up and get ready for your favorite tailgate, get out to Kaufman by Design West. It's out west past Taylor Loop, 14900 Cantrell Road. You can find out more about all the things they have to offer at kaufmanlumber.com.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions, like your really expensive limited edition sneakers and your new suit for your cousin's wedding. Except you never actually bought the suit because you can't stop buying sneakers. So you show up to the wedding looking like you're going grocery shopping. But hey, at least your sneakers will look good in the pictures, until you're cropped out of every last one of them. So go ahead and get Progressive, so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Tune in to Out of Bounds each Monday for Weekend Recap, brought to you by Fleet Management Services. Serving Central Arkansas for over 20 years, they're your small to mid-sized fleet specialists that also takes care of our fleet at Signal Media. Fleet Management Services is now hiring for Loop Tech, Tire Tech, and light maintenance. 8 paid holidays and paid vacation, paid health insurance, and 401k. Pay depends on experience and signing bonus. Apply in person at 901 East 8th Street in Little Rock.
Jackson gonna throw. KJ steps up. Now he's gonna run. Open field. Touchdown, Arkansas. The sea parted. KJ Jackson, 6 yards.
Welcome back once again to the First Security Fifth Quarter Post-Game Show. Marcus Elliott, Trey Schapp. I'm Randy Rainwater. Mark, would you like to take a guess on what Trey has managed to consume? I mean, just devour. There is a special it's called the Game Day Special here at Walk-Ons. It is the 3 mozzarella logs, the 7 boneless wings, the cheeseburger sliders. There are 2 of those, just $14.99. And I've never seen something disappear as quickly as what I've witnessed tonight with that.
And Marcus, remember, and Randy, we're on video. So whatever Marcus says and whatever you're saying right now, there's going to be video proof here in just a matter of seconds after Marcus gives his prediction.
I predicted I was hungry tonight. No, that sounds really good. Yeah, what am I predicting now?
Well, Randy's trying to say that I've just swallowed all of this whole.
Well,
and so I guess he's asking you, do you believe that, or how much do you think I've eaten of that?
I think you both have had your share. I would say that.
I had 3 sliders and fries.
I still have a slider left. I have a couple of boneless wings left, and I have 2 of the mozzarella logs left.
Well, I'm glad you're self-confessing for all this.
So there's video evidence of how little I have eaten tonight.
What he doesn't eat, we'll figure out what to do with it.
Let's take it home.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Unless you want it.
Never mind. I'm just trying to keep from wasting food.
We're not going to waste it.
We're not going to waste food. All right. Here is Mike Washington and Quincy Rhodes Jr.
You got one today. Just maybe talk about how nice it was to have a big run early.
It felt great. Was able to get the crowd loud. Had a great block from Corey Robinson. I just seen a video of it. I was like, oh shoot. But yeah, it was great to get that run.
And Quincy, can you maybe just talk about playing near home, what it meant to you, and having a big game in the process?
Yes, sir. Playing here is real special to me. I have a lot of family here. I know that this supposedly to be like the last game here, so I had to make sure we ended up with a bang. So.
Quincy, Sam, Coach Pitman talked about challenging the defensive line this week. What was the week like in practice, and then how good was it to have the performance you guys did have today with all the tackles for loss and sacks?
Definitely put more pressure on the quarterback. I feel like as a defense, we got after him. We all knew our assignments, and the game plan went real well. So I think we did pretty well for today.
What's it like watching? I guess this was kind of your first taste of watching Talon run around like that. What was it like watching? 150 rushing yards. Yeah. Does he do anything that surprises you out there?
That hurdle. That was crazy. I was like right in front of him, kind of. I thought he was gonna throw it to me. He just ended up running and hurdled him. But that came out of nowhere. So that dude is a dog, man. Yeah.
I think you guys had 300 rushing yards, something like that. What can you say about the offensive line's performance today?
Offensive line, they did their thing. Last week we just like how he said, there was a lot of pressure on them. We put a lot of pressure on ourselves with making sure we finish down the field, making sure we block down the field, and it kind of just went into the game. Like that same mindset went into the game.
Like the start of the game, I think it was 285 yards the first 14 plays you guys ran, 28 points in the first quarter. What can you speak to the execution, just how prepared you guys were to play a perfect quarter?
Well, we knew our first 8 plays, and we kind of had them memorized. Petrino, he told us, he was like, he's been telling us since camp, or way before camp, that we are an explosive offense. Really, that's what we showed today. We just had to, finally put it on display, and that's what we did.
Sam Pitman saying a week ago, we got to get more out of the front 7. How much did that really, hit home throughout the week for you guys?
I think that was our key focus in the D-line room. To our coach, Coach Adams, he held us responsible as grown men to execute the job, and I feel as if the D-line, we got after him.
What was the atmosphere like today? What is that feeling? Has it really been full in this building for a while? How much energy do you feel before the game and at the start?
I was super nervous. I get nervous before every game, but I was just super nervous. Like I come from Mexico State, where our sellout was 16,000. So playing in front of all these fans is something that's super cool for me, and like I'm just blessed I'm here and I have this opportunity to be able to play in front of the Hawks.
Amen. Would it be weird if they never play another game here?
I think so. I think it's a tradition that's been here for years. So, if it is, we ended up with a bang, like I said. So, I just thank everybody for coming out. Thank everybody for the opportunity.
Big touchdown run. Was that the same play call from the Alabama A&M game where you're so close on the one on the outside?
Similar. It's a similar call. It was a similar call.
And then what was kind of this week's preparation for you after having that film of that first game coming into today?
Emphasizing pass protection. That was the biggest thing. Coach was he was on me about that, out of running back room, honest about that. And also, for me personally, the play where I stumbled last week, that was on my mind the whole week. So making sure that didn't happen again was definitely.
Coach was in here saying that, he hammered the entire week the importance of the game to the state. As someone who's from here, did you kind of take it upon yourself to maybe tell some of the teammates that aren't from this area kind of what this game means to the state?
Oh, most definitely. I know, just speaking to my other teammates, I've told them, big teams like LSU, Alabama, big schools like that, they play here. But, this the game that everybody's been wanting for years. So, I thank God I'm a part of this opportunity, and it's in the history. So.
Pitman had talked about how Jalen Raynor was a challenge that he wanted you guys to focus on and try to contain him. How do you guys feel like you're able to handle that and guard him?
I feel like Coach T. Will, again, his scheme and the way he draws up things. We practice things over and over again, and we get different looks from our scout team that gives us edges on what they may do, or open plays or open busted plays that might happen through our defense. And the way that those guys work, they fix those things and fix those problems before Saturday gets there.
And then for Mike, obviously it was kind of a similar day where the wide receivers broke out in the last game. This time it's you guys having different rushers score. What was the key to just having you guys perform well, but also different players getting involved as well?
I think that's the beauty of our offense. We don't just have one explosive player. We have a lot. So being able to, I think Coach Petrino, he does a great job being able to get his explosive players the ball, and that's what we did.
Can you walk us a little bit just more through your run? I know you said you got the block from Corey, but just the experience in itself of your first rushing touchdown. I know you had the receiving one last week. Just when you kind of got that daylight.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we had the first 8 plays memorized. Coach, he came up to me and he asked me, he was like, "What play you think you're gonna score on?" I was like, "Is it gonna be that toss play or really any perimeter play that we had?" And like I said, we knew the setup of the defense that they were gonna have, and we guessed right. And I just knew from the beginning, I was like, okay, this is either gonna be 30-yard run or a 50-plus yard touchdown. And luckily we had great blocking. Corey, he was jogging a little bit, and he ended up hitting the dude, running full speed after he seen I was behind him. And yeah, that's how we got the touchdown.
And then for just both of you, you're heading into SEC play now. Just maybe these first 2 games, biggest things you feel like y'all can take from those and now bring into SEC.
Well, I feel like our first 2 games we didn't play our best.
Mm-hmm.
It's snippets out there, of what we can do.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like we haven't played our best yet.
And just piggybacking off him, I think we should take everything just week by week. Again, we got great coaches who prepare us for moments, playing SEC balls. So just to sum up everything, like I said, just take everything week by week, keep our heads down, just keep working.
Guys, great job.
That was Mike Washington and Xavier Sori after the game. That's right. Quincy Rhodes and Mike Washington after the game. We heard from Xavier Sori a little earlier. Scores from around the SEC today. Vanderbilt, whoa, boy, they put it on Virginia Tech. 44-20 in Plattsburgh. Auburn beats Ball State 42-3. Missouri beats Kansas 42-31. Tennessee all over East Tennessee State 72-17. Number 20 Ole Miss beats Kentucky in the only SEC versus SEC game today 30-23. Number 19 Texas A&M defeats Utah State 44-22. South Florida goes into the Swamp and beats number 13 Florida 18-16. Number 7 Texas beats San Jose State 38-7. Number 4, Georgia, after a weather delay, beat Austin Peay 28-6. Number 3, LSU gets by Louisiana Tech 23-7. Number 21, Alabama, they rebound over UL Monroe, Louisiana Monroe that is, 73-0. Number 18, Oklahoma beats number 15, Michigan at home today, 24-13. Still going in the third quarter, 7:41 to play. Number 10, South Carolina, leading South Carolina State 24-3. That game was delayed by weather for quite some time, but the game of the day, we have seen a $500,000 fine now. Starkville, Mississippi. Randy, Marcus, Arizona State had the ball at the Mississippi State 3. Time running out, a tie game, 17-17. They have a, a 2-yard run to the 1. A rush for no yards, and with 1:38, they decide to kick a field goal. Arizona State does. That's 12th ranked Arizona State. They go up 20-17. What does Mississippi State do? They take the ball from the 23-yard line of the Bulldogs, and then after an incompletion on 2nd and 9 at the Mississippi State 42, Blake Shapen throws a 58-yard touchdown pass. Mississippi State upsets Arizona State 24-20. They storm the field. They tear down the goalpost. They have a $500,000 fine coming.
Wow.
But that was the game of the night in the SEC. Well, and then OU beating Michigan, too, I would say.
Yeah, that's a pretty good victory for
both of those.
A team
Jeff Levy,
Oklahoma team that people haven't been doubting.
Right. Brent Venables and Oklahoma get the big win over the outstanding freshman quarterback at Michigan, Underwood. But and what Jeff Levy has done to they're in Starkville now, 2-0 on the season. Everybody was chalking up Mississippi State as a win earlier in the summer. Not so fast, my friend, as Lee Corso would say.
Their confidence is growing.
South Florida is the team of the year so far, though.
So far. I mean, they beat Boise State, and then they beat Florida. But how good are those two teams? How good is Boise State? How good is Florida? I know Boise State won big last night. But, Marcus, Randy, when you have to fly across 3 time zones to play a game, it's going to take a lot out of you. And that's what Boise State had to do last week. And plus, they're playing in the heat and humidity of Tampa, Florida. Now, give USF credit today going into the swamp. No, I'm not. I'm just saying.
I mean, it was a tail kicking.
We don't know.
It was a tail kicking.
It was a tail.
Well, why'd you schedule the game then?
It was a tail kick.
Don't schedule the game. Don't play it. No, I
there are
think
some schools that don't want to schedule Boise State.
You know, the funny thing about when you're doing these schedules now, 2 and 3 years in advance.
So far.
And you had no clue that there's a thing called the transfer portal, and it was going to change the face of college football. 3 years ago, they may have said South Florida was going to be a warm-up game, a cupcake. They did really well in the transfer portal, and they're showing it early.
Well, the Arkansas State game was agreed to on February the 3rd of 2021, and we just played it today.
All right, this is the 5th quarter. Stay tuned.
Mud Connection has been the Central Arkansas leader in four-wheel drive modifications and accessories since 1981. You all know about the lift kits, tires, wheels, and mechanical work we do, but did you know that the Mud also can outfit your overland needs? Rooftop tents, portable fridges, and accessories from Front Runner Outfitters and gear from Down Under by ARB and Old Man Emu. Come see us at our new facility on Shackelford Crossing in West Little Rock. Since 1981, Mud Connection has been getting you into the outdoors and, most importantly, getting you safely back home.
Volkswagen of Little Rock is committed to delivering a car buying experience that's grounded in expertise, integrity, and respect. From the moment you arrive, our team is here to help you find the right fit. Whether that's the versatile Tiguan, the all-electric ID4, or one of our thoroughly inspected pre-owned models, we take pride in providing a low-pressure, informative environment where your questions are answered and your time is valued. Visit Volkswagen of Little Rock today or begin your search anytime at www.vwoflittlerock.com.
Attention Central Arkansas. If you're looking for reliable home and business services, look no further. For over 45 years, Advantage Service Company has been your local expert in HVAC, plumbing, and electrical needs with outstanding customer service from licensed technicians ready to help with every step. Call or text today and enjoy peace of mind knowing you're in good hands. Cheer on your favorite university and call Advantage Service Company. Your comfort is just a call away. 501-1-CALL. 501-663-2255.
Introducing the new Dell AI PC powered by the Intel Core Ultra processor. It helps do your busy work for you, so you can fast forward through editing images, designing presentations, generating code, debugging code, summarizing meeting notes, finding files, managing your schedule, and responding to Jim's long emails. Leaving all the time in the world for the things you actually want to do. No offense, Jim. Get a new Dell AI PC at dell.com/AI-PC. How those ahead stay ahead.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems, like snoring, aches and pains, hot sleep, or even an old saggy mattress that can keep you up at night. And our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now get a king bed for a queen price, plus a free adjustable base with select Sealy mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Shipments of spring and summer fashions are arriving at Bell & Sword. That means swimwear from Saks, Peter Noir golf wear and shirts, Johnny O's store within a store. Be sure to check out the Faraday line and Martin Dingman shoes and leather goods. So hurry in for a great value on quality men's clothing at Bell & Sword for your spring and summer items, and you'll look fantastic. Bell & Sword, 1011 Oak Street in downtown Conway on Facebook and Instagram. Tune in to 103.7 The Buzz as Justin Acree and DJ Williams broadcast live from each meeting of the Little Rock Touchdown Club, brought to you by Arkansas Spine and Pain. Justin and DJ will broadcast live from the Doubletree downtown, bringing you interviews with each speaker and their comments to the club live. Monday, the Little Rock Touchdown Club welcomes Razorback legend Darren McFadden. That's The Zone live at the Little Rock Touchdown Club, brought to you by Arkansas Spine and Pain.
I'm Dr. Lowry Barnes. When it comes to orthopedic care, there's no place like the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. We built this hospital just for you, with state-of-the-art surgical suites, advanced technology, and the state's largest group of fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons. It's the best place in Arkansas to get you moving again. And if you need urgent orthopedic care, UAMS Ortho Now is right here for you at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, where motion lives and service leads.
September is here, which means it's a busy weekend for all of us during football season. If you're like me, baseball season too. Travel baseball was big back on Sundays in the fall. And the one thing that could keep you from maintaining that busy schedule, joint pain, knee, back, hip, shoulder, whatever it is, don't let that run your schedule. Don't let that rule your life. Hey everybody, I'm Josh Neighbors, and QC Kinetics is here to stop joint pain from calling the shots. So instead of laying on the couch, you're out there with your family, your dog, and you're out there until they get tired, not until you do. QC Kinetics, no drugs, no surgery, no long recovery, just a smarter, more natural way to get your freedom back. And also, that first consultation, absolutely free, so there's no reason to wait anymore. Call QC Kinetics today, 501-214-5880. That's 501-214-5880. Call QC Kinetics today.
Arkansas jumped out on them early, and despite more than a couple of toast stubs, the Razorbacks have walked out of here with a convincing 56-14 victory. Sam Pitman, Butch Jones make their way to midfield. An historic day in the capital city. The first ever meeting between the Razorbacks and Arkansas State, and perhaps the final time the Razorbacks play at War Memorial Stadium.
Here we come back right here to walk-ons. We wrap it up this first Security fifth quarter post-game show. Marcus Elliott, Trey Schapp, I'm Randy Rainwater. Well, guys, I kind of wrote down the next three games. I know you play one game at a time, but this is kind of how we broke the schedule down. You had the first two games, Alabama A&M, tonight Arkansas State. Now you get into the meat of the schedule. Ole Miss first, Memphis, and then Notre Dame, and then after that Tennessee. But we're only going to talk about Ole Miss for the moment, and that is no Jackson Dart, who proved to be quite a nemesis to Arkansas, particularly last year when he just basically ripped that Arkansas secondary apart. I was afraid they were still scoring after midnight last year, but
they still have Lane Kiffin as their head coach.
They do have Lane Kiffin as their head coach. They've got another one of those quarterbacks out of the transfer portal. Ole Miss is Ole Miss now. I mean, this is the opening game for Arkansas of the Southeastern Conference play. Ole Miss got that out of the way tonight, but difficult road trip to Lexington. 27-20, I believe you said was the final score there. So Ole Miss jumps out to a 1-0 advantage in the SEC. But this is just the beginning. And guys, if there is such a thing as carryover from what Arkansas has done from game 1 to game 2, there needs to be continued carryover into game number 3, in this case against Ole Miss.
No, I agree. This is when you find out, though. You can start making some judgments in this game.
Yeah.
These other 2 games were good practice and
tune-ups.
Yeah, exactly. But I think now you get ready to play and get ready to find out, and it's on the road. And what Arkansas wants to do is compete. I think of the 3, this is the biggest. This may be the toughest. Guys, I think A, it's on the road. B, I think Ole Miss talent is superior to Notre Dame or Memphis. And I think their athletes are probably a little better. So, but I think you have an Arkansas team that's got some experience. I think you got, Taylor gives you a chance. This is going to be a high-scoring game, guys. In my opinion. I think both are just firepower on offense. And we'll see who can steal a possession or so, either in turnovers, stops, or, dare say special teams.
That is it for tonight. We will say goodnight from walk-ons, from Marcus Elliott, Trey Schapp. I'm Randy Rainwater. Next Saturday, SEC play opens up either 6 or 6:45. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thanks for listening. This has been the First Security 5th Quarter Postgame Show.